Hey guys, this is Liam here. I'm going to do a little video on the van camperization. So when I bought this van, it had the roof popped in. Let's climb up and kind of show you guys. It's a work in progress, as you can see, but yeah, the roof is not very flat. There's snow covering a lot of it. Roof vent, you can see, is not flat either, so it needs to have the roof popped in a few spots. I removed the headliner so I could see that the cross members were pretty bent up. I assume some service person just popped them at some point. So I have a floor jack and a beam of about the right height. I'm going to slowly jack it up and see if we can make this a little bit straighter. Oh. Or we might just destroy the roof, we'll see. Appears to be doing something though. Alright guys, I'm going to reposition over there and do a few more jacking, and I'll show the end results. So as you can see, the roof beam here is quite a bit straighter, especially when compared to that one. And when I released the jack, it did come back part ways. It may require more applications of pressure, but I don't want to jack the one up too high while all of the others are still low. So I think I'll have to kind of, when you're tightening wheel bolts, start on one, then do more, and then come back to this one to get the full result. But I'll keep taking videos here as I go. Alright, so I repeated the procedure on the other side of the spar. As you can see, it's much straighter than it was before. Unfortunately, I think it's going to be really hard to get some of the permanent wrinkles out of the metal, but as long as they're following a roughly straight path, I'm happy. There's a little bit of bending in the sheet metal there, so once again, like I say, I may have to repress a couple of areas, and hopefully that slight bend in the sheet metal isn't permanent, especially once I raise that next cross beam. But for the next one I'm going to do, I'm going to do this one immediately ahead of the one that I did. My thinking is to start from the front because the bending in the roof is much less severe at the front. Not that you can see it very well with the snow, but my thinking is, yes, that if I start from the front and work my way back where it's by far the worst, then I'll at least get this going okay, and then start to work on the really bad stuff over there part by part. Alright, I'll keep updating you guys. Alright guys, I'm here back. I went inside for a little bit while to warm up. So, I got a pretty good profile going on these front two spars that I was working on. Unfortunately, I didn't realize there's also a collapse under the front of the roof ahead of that spar, so I'll have to remove this part of the headliner as well and repair that. But I'm going for the big fish here, back where it collapsed. This spar was severely collapsed, and I did like a halfway job of putting it back up because there was an even bigger collapse back here. Now my thinking is that I don't want to just send one of these spars up all the way because I think it'll permanently stretch the metal, and then as I try to go down, that'll create more marks of where it was bent. So I'm kind of doing it very slowly, like this one a little bit, that one a little bit, then I'll come back to this one, then I'll come back to that one. Back here you can see this was a severe area of collapse. Like this entire part of the roof was collapsed in down to probably about here, and I've already pushed it partially back up. I'm going to start working on this side over here. So I'll just get my jack set up and I'll show you guys what I was doing. Now the other thing is that pushing up the spar did not actually fully repair what I need to do. This back part of the roof was just outright collapsed, so I put some pressure against some of these ribs, once again just a little bit so I didn't fully cave them in, to push up the rear part of the roof, and I'll probably have to do more of that. I'll get set up here and we'll continue compressing this area over here. And actually I just noticed that there's, you can see some of these parts, the actual U-channel on the roof is slightly bent, and I think that'll just have to be dealt with step by step, probably with more pressure on that piece there. Some of this probably won't fully come out, but I'm going to get as close as I can and make sure that at least the spars are nice and U-shaped to support the weight of the roof. Alright, I'll get the jack set up, and then we'll start pressing this other side. Alright, there we are. I have the jack set up. I shortened the handle so that I can use it inside the van. So let's start placing some pressure on here. Like I say, my thinking is that you want to be careful not to just completely pop it out, because there's other parts of the roof that are collapsed. And I think I want to make sure that everything goes roughly in tandem. So let's start pouring on the pressure. Now that part of that creaking is, like I say, because I think that back there is collapsed. Let me take the mallet and just see if it'll pop out easily or if I have to compress it. No, I don't want to hammer on it too hard, so I'm probably going to pop it. Just give this another pull, and then we'll go back there and just compress that. Alright, I'm going to give it a second, go back, compress that, and then redo everything and get everything a bit higher. Alright, so I reset it up. I just malleted it into the actual low portion. This is just straight sheet metal. I'm thinking this might be a little bit safer to press into. So we'll give it a try here. Oh, did it just go? I think it might have just gone. I want to make sure that this is pressing on pretty evenly, right? Unfortunately, I only have two hands here, so I can't really... Okay, let's try to keep pressing. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the camera for a sec and just keep working different areas and make sure it's kind of going up evenly. Then I'll probably work some more on these spars and I'll keep showing you guys how the progress is going. Alright. Alright guys, so I'm done here in the back so far. As you can see, the rear beam, which is the most severely bent, it was severely bent down at an angle like this and then bent up somewhat over there. As you can see, I have a pretty decent general U shape to it. The other really challenging element back here was that this entire section behind the channel was all popped down really uniformly, and it was challenging because there's no ribs to really kind of bear onto, so I just kind of distributed the pushing onto various points. There's little dents in it and stuff you can see, but it looks fairly good, and I got it popped up at least. So I think I'll close off the video here for now. That's how you can pop up your roof. It looks really good from the outside. Matter of fact, I might show that in a second. I might hit this one a little bit more. It's not perfect, obviously, and it'd be hard to do that because metal always leaves a little bit of an imprint when you press it. But I'm pretty happy this roof is no longer popped in. So as you can see, that vent now is really flat. I'm quite happy with it. So next up, I'm going to remove the front headliner and work on that a bit. But I won't film that. The area that was mainly bad was the back. Alright guys, so thanks for watching my video. And that's how I popped the roof back up on my Dodge Ram van. Alright, talk to you guys later. Bye.